Yeah, I want to talk about something because, like, I think that some people are misunderstanding what the plan is from the Canadians' perspective. As when losses like last night happens, I see a lot of comments on my videos. I see a lot of comments on Twitter. I see a lot of tweets. I see a lot of comments on TikTok talking about this is what we want. We want the Canadians to get fucked every night. Apparently, this is what the plan is. And I'm telling you right now, this is not what the plan is for Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton. This is not happening. This is not what they want. And I think they've shown it pretty well with the acquisition they made this summer. Like they acquired Sean Monahan, they acquired Kirby Dog, they acquired guys like Dodonov. If you want to tank that bad, you do not acquire those type of players. And yeah, I see a lot of people saying that this is what we want. We want the Canadians to get fucked by the San Jose Sharks. We want the Canadians to lose because we need to tank. And it got me wondering, like, why would we need to tank? Like, I get it that you guys want a superstar caliber player in Connor Bedard, a franchise talent, but we are 2 points away from a playoff spot. This is not going to happen. I don't think that the Canadians are that bad. They are not going to make the playoffs, but they're not going to finish last either, in my opinion. And when you're tanking, it's just because it's happening. Like last year, the plan was not to tank. It just happened because the Canadians were bad. But when your team is getting some points, it's going somewhere, the young guys are developing, you can't hope to lose, and you can't ask them and put the cards into places to lose games. It's not going to happen, and that's not a good thing to do. As if you start playing not enough 20 minutes a night, and you start playing less the young guys because you need to lose, those guys will lose confidence. And you don't want that to happen. You want to develop them good, and to develop them well, you need to win games. So no, there's no need to tank for the Canadians. They're going to have some good draft picks anyways. And if they can draft the proper players, the good players, and they can develop them properly, you can end up with a guy that's as good as a first overall, even though you're not tanking. There's a lot of players in the NHL right now who are superstars, who are franchise players that didn't get drafted first overall. And there are players right now in the NHL who got drafted first overall who are not franchise players. So what's the point of tanking? Like, yes, tanking when it happens is a good idea. But when it's not happening, why forcing it? I don't get it. And I see a lot of people talking about, now, keep Slafkovsky on the fourth line. He needs to learn how to play defense. If you wanted a guy that can play both sides of hockey, if you wanted a guy that can play defense, they should have drafted Shane Wright. Slafkovsky's a power winger that gets points, and that's an offensive threat. If you wanted a guy that could play both offense and defense, they should have drafted Shane Wright. That's my opinion. There's no point teaching defense to a guy that's there to get points. There's a lot of players. Look at JT Miller. He gets 100 points. He's a liability in defense, but he's getting the points. So who gives the... If they're playing with guys that are capable of playing defense, like if he plays with Suzuki, or if he plays with a guy like Monahan that can back check for him, there's no issues. So why keep Slafkovsky on the fourth line? Oh, they're playing Dodonov, Armia, and Gallagher to showcase them for a trade. Let them play them. It's not because they're playing 18 minutes a night that they're going to get value all of a sudden. Like, if they're playing bad, it doesn't matter if they play 5 minutes or 18 minutes. If they have 0 points in 12 games like Joel Armia has right now, teams are not going to look at his statistics and be like, oh my God, he's playing 15 minutes a night. Let's give them a first round pick and take him. He doesn't have points. So it doesn't matter if he plays 6 minutes or if he plays 18 minutes. His value is not going to go up anyways. It's not going to go up because he's playing bad. It doesn't matter if he plays 18 or 5 or 4 or 25 minutes a night. There's no point playing him to get his value up if he doesn't get his value up because he's playing terrible. And I get that you guys want to get first round picks for every player, but it's not gonna happen. Look at the Maple Leafs back in 2016-17 when they drafted Matthews. They got Nylander in the lineup, they got Marner in the lineup, and the young guys were doing good. And those three reminds me a lot of Suzuki, Caulfield, and Doc right now. It's kind of the same things. And the Leafs veteran that season were doing terrible. There were a lot of guys like Jeffrey Loophole and all of those guys that were not performing well. And it was kind of the same thing. Oh, let's trade them. But they had no values. And at some point, Mike Babcock, who was the coach with the Maple Leafs, decided just to send them down to the AHL. And the young guys started getting more minutes, and they ended up making the playoffs. And now, even though the Maple Leafs are not capable of winning a round, they're playing good every year, and they're one piece away from being good in the playoffs. They have just been managed poorly with cap space and all of that. So I think that we need to look at this. We're not going to get first round picks for Armia, Gallagher, Dodonov, and all of those guys. It's not going to happen because they're not playing good. They're not going to play good now, and they're not going to play good in 6 months because they don't care. They don't care. You can see it that they don't care. They're hitting Montreal in a rebuild. They'd rather be in a team that's winning, but they don't understand that to be on a team that's winning, you need to perform good to be traded. And I'd rather see Slavkovsky play good minutes than having Armia playing good minutes for absolutely no reasons because he's not playing good anyways and he's not getting his value up. And to hope for the Canadiens to lose to finish last, like if we tank because we tank, then it's all right. We're just losing because we're losing. But why forcing a loss when you could just develop? So in my opinion, it's not about the tank. It's about development. We tanked last year. We got Slavkovsky. Let's focus on the player we have instead of focusing on the players we could have. All right, let's develop. Let's put the young guys in right position. Let's keep the young guys in the right environment, in a winning environment, and let's focus on that. All right, let's focus on that. And I think that's what Matthews and Jeff Gorton's plans are, to develop. I think that's the main objective. You can turn any player into any players if you develop them right and if they want to work. So you need hard workers. You need to have the right person at the right place, and I think that's the best way to make a winning team, to develop and put the players in the right spot. So yeah, definitely give all the ice time to the young guys, and I think that's the best option for the future for the Canadiens, to develop instead of just like trying to trade everybody for first round picks and hoping that they lose to get a good draft pick. Like, they're going to get a top 10 pick. They are going to get a top 12 pick, in my opinion. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they're not going to be finishing dead last and getting first overall. That's not going to happen. Stop dreaming, because it won't help, because when you lose consistently for 2 straight years, it's not good for your core anyway. So I don't get why people are hoping for this anyways. Thinking about Tropical Habs, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below, and I'll see y'all later for another video. Bye bye.